In Memoriam, a tribute to my mentor, Sri P. Venkatachalam. Today is Kartika Bahula Shashti. It was 36 years ago, on this day, that Sri P. Venkatachalam passed away, leaving behind a bundle of memories filled with affection and gratitude. Panchangam Venkatachalam was the third son of my father's eldest sister. He was always one amongst us in our family in Penukonda. He was very close to us, very intimate, and a person of immense charm. He, along with my brothers, received from my grandfather, Lanka Venkappa, the traditional training in the rudiments of Sanskrit grammar, learning Amarakosham by heart and memorizing slokas from Bhartruhari. Chalam Baba, as I used to address him, had not got the benefit of formal education, but he had learned the skills of performing some rituals. Father encouraged him to interact with the local people of his age and explore the possibilities of some employment. Soon he was able to earn the goodwill of a local lawyer called Vegur Gundurao and joined his office as his assistant. He proved to be efficient, sincere, and dependable. Father's guidance was always there. Father thought that it was time for Chalam Baba to get married and accept greater responsibilities. The bride was there in the family, Annapurnamma, daughter of my uncle, Lanka Krishna Shastri. She used to stay with us after her mother's untimely death. Venkatachalam was intelligent and hardworking by nature. Penukonda in those days was a fertile field in more than one sense. It was famous in those days for beautiful gardens, rich in grapes and pomegranates. The fruit was filled with ripeness to the core. There was a royal rest house called Gagan Mahal, built during the days of Vijayanagar Empire. The town was populated by eminent personalities of different capabilities: scholars, teachers, lawyers, artists, freedom fighters, and theatre personalities, serving as our role models. The town had such ambience that offered several opportunities for those interested in pursuing their special interests, be it in Telugu literature, fine arts, or Sanskrit language. Chalam Baba chose Telugu language and literature as his field of study. It was easy for him to access whatever information or material he wanted from his friends like Puttaparthi Narayana or the great Sanskrit scholar Bukkapatnam Annayacharlu and others. Chalam Baba passed several examinations as a private candidate. As he acquired the MA degree in Telugu, his career prospects improved steadily. First as a Telugu Pandit, and then as a lecturer, and then as principal of Sai Baba National High School and Junior College, he left a deep and lasting impression on all his students. He was a superb conversationalist and a scintillating speaker. He was good at recounting amusing anecdotes. As an amateur actor, he won accolades for his histrionic talent. After his retirement in 1976, Chalam Baba turned inwards. He started studying Vedanta after he got initiated to the recitation of KRISHNA Yajurveda by my brother Srinivas Rao. He was surely on the path of Nisreyas or liberation. As my mentor, what we learn, we must pass on for the benefit of those who deserve it. That is according to one's swadharma. In my case, initiation to the learning of various communication skills started very early in a traditional family like ours. My parents were my first teachers. From my mother, I listened to a variety of narratives, including anecdotes, incidents, and stories, particularly devotional ones, drawn from the Puranas. She made me recite and repeat several Sanskrit slokas. Busy as he was, father could teach me only the basics in Sanskrit grammar and pronunciation. I observed in my father a deep sense of commitment and involvement in the task he set for himself as the assistant to a busy advocate in drafting and preparing case studies with the required documentation. He had developed the required writing skill in this regard. He was a kind of perfectionist that showed meticulous care right from the way he took out a sheet of paper, placed it on the desk, and folded it twice vertically for drafting his notes. Though these actions were simple and routine, they had somehow caught my imagination. They stirred up deep-rooted vasanas in my subconscious. I too wanted to be like him. This urge to write something haunted me for quite some time before it got the right impetus, as the following incident shows. As a boy, I used to spend my time in the evenings with a few of my friends playing such games as were in vogue, such as marbles, chillakatta, etc. Otherwise, we used to take long walks to the water tank or to a small Hanuman temple in the hillside. Our nerves were throbbing with the spirit of newly acquired freedom from the British colonial power. We had plenty of topics to talk about. We, the young ones, forming into small groups, preferred to have lively discussion on a variety of topics. We chose some rocks spread around the Hanuman temple on the hillside to sit on and start discussing. One day, when we were deeply engrossed in serious discussion, a gentleman approached us as if from nowhere and asked us what we were doing there in that forlorn place. A little embarrassed by his sudden presence, we informed him of our favorite pastime. He was greatly impressed by our effort and advised us to take the task more seriously and methodically. It was good to have such discussions, but they required to be done with good preparation, he said. He asked us to think over the topic, jot down the ideas, and arrange them in a sequence and prepare the essay. And we could read those essays one by one, followed by a discussion from different points of view. This advice worked well on me, and I followed it scrupulously ever since. That gentleman is none other than Sri P. Venkatachalam, and that was the beginning of my writing career. It is this incident that put me on the track to become a teacher, a writer of research articles, an editor of a literary journal, author of a book called Spoken English, and the recipient of the Best Teacher Award from the state government of Andhra Pradesh in 1984, handed to me by the then Chief Minister, Sri N.T. Ramarao. I have helped several research scholars when they wanted to know how to go about planning, outlining, and drafting their research theses. One of them is Professor V. Srinathachar. He was my student in the MA class. Setting new records is his forte. I helped him to succeed in claiming the Guinness World Record for composing the longest title of a book in English language. It is Handy Crystals. In the teacher-learner relationship, when the learner succeeds in an attempt, the credit for that success is given back to the teacher with gratitude, as I do now. Through this essay, I pay my tribute to my mentor, Sri P. Venkatachalam.